Hi, I'm Alison Schurman, and I work for Monster.com, and I head up the business development for product, which is focusing on platform partnerships. So my ideal partner would be someone that's solving a problem. Could be a problem of Monster, where we're trying to gain access either to a new type of traffic, or it could be a new type of customer, or it could be workflow related, but ultimately it's solving a problem. Yes, so at this particular event, it's my favorite event of the year, only because every type of platform that we work with has a booth or is attending as an exhibitor of some sort. So we have platform relationships from ATSs all the way through your add-on modules to those types of platforms like job distributors and resume aggregators and talent communities and CRM. So they're all here, and it's a great way of meeting and connecting. I think there's a few reasons why people enjoy working with Monster. One is the transparency. So we're very clear and upfront of our expectations of the relationships that we're building. We're very collaborative. So this is a push and pull type of relationship. It's just not on one-sided. And at the end of the day, it's to help both businesses grow, ultimately, in ensuring the fact that the constituents that are going to be leveraging the solution is getting the best ultimate results. And so we more or less handhold it the entire through the entire process, so that once we go to market with a solution, we feel comfortable of the workflows. We've tested it out with hand-selected beta clients, and then ultimately we then monitor the performance based on data. So we work with the partner on an ongoing basis, so it's not just signing a deal and throwing logos up. It's this very involved, hands-on approach that we take on with a number of our partners. Yes, it is actually. And in fact, it's something that we're considering for our own selves, just because of the clients that we represent. And it's hard to be one thing for all. So having that a la carte approach, I think is fantastic. And as long as it's similar to like the IBM methodology of kind of sign up to their partner portal, more or less, and then we leave it up to the vendor to do the proper integrations, and then the client has a choice. They are going to use it, or they pick one of their competitors, but ultimately it's the client's choice, which is one of the fundamentals and foundations that methodologies that we also embrace, because we represent hundreds of thousands of customers, and we can't sandbox every type of relationship and say, okay, this is gonna solve all clients' needs, which ultimately it's not going to. So I think ultimately the way that I see when Monster evolves into a marketplace like Arena, it is enabling any provider that wants to work with Monster, as long as we have the APIs and kind of the terms and conditions clear and outlined. I don't see why it would be a problem to have 10 versions of background checking, right? Or assessments, or because there are a number of those players in this space, but one solution doesn't solve all clients' needs, and we have customers from the global enterprise arena all the way down to the small market. So identifying a solution that caters to all is impossible. You can't do it. So having the a la carte model is good, as long as it's sandboxed appropriately and it's in a controlled environment. It can work. So I don't think it's a new fad. I actually think it's the next generation of partnering, quite frankly. And you'll have, again, similar to your traditional API hand-holding integrations, where you'll have those that are going to be easy and automated, right? And no one has to shepherd it along, versus those where you want to be more engaged in because there's revenue opportunities on either side. So you just want to make sure that there's proper engagements and rollouts for all constituents. I think for those that are looking to venture into the HR industry, I think HR Tech is probably one of the best events to go to, only because if they believe that there is no competition, this is an area where they can very quickly realize that they do have competition. So it's a great way just to kind of get a taste of what HR is all about and all the different platforms that their future target audience is contending with, right? And they can figure out how they play with them or they differentiate against them.